Hello, everyone. We're gonna do a target repair today. Drop target repair. Let's go to our other pinball machine. And we'll put this up here for ya. Alright. Swap over to this mic. Okay. So, I was talking to my buddy OB earlier last night. And I just decided, you know what? We're going to take advantage of lunch break pinball and use that time to fix things. So we have two goals for today. One is drop targets, which I have right here. So this is ace through, 10, ace, jack, king, queen. And I believe that's the correct order. I'll look that up here. Because the drop targets that are in there are not numbered or lettered at all. So, let me just make sure. Let's see, Lady Luck Pinball. And then, if we got time, we'll do a rubber swap. No, we're going to go to images here. Alright, looking at the drop targets, you can see here, it is ace, it's really hard to see, but it is ace, king, queen, jack, 10. Which is opposite of this. So let me make sure. Let me confirm that with another photo. It seems like they like to change. Okay, here's another one. Ace, queen, king, queen, jack, 10. Yeah, I think we're good. Ace, king, queen, jack, 10. Okay. Let's get the playfield up. And let the ball roll out of there. This playfield actually works very well to stay up compared to my hard body. Much safer. So, I am still waiting on the Weebly board to show up. That's going to make a difference, obviously. And then if that Weebly board does well, I'm going to buy another one just for hard body, probably. We'll see. But, yeah. Let's see. I have 4 screws, and then I might be able to get this out without having to desolder anything. But these are the same type of drop targets as Black Pyramid, which are the worst. They kind of suck to work on, to be honest with you. All right. I'm actually very happy with the inside of this cabinet. It's really clean. There's like no water damage or corrosion, which is great. You know what? There's a little bag right here, so I'm gonna just put the screws in there. That's super helpful. Okay. All right. Screw number 2. Oh, ad starting soon. You know what? I should get my soldering iron ready. Just a second. Is that in hard body? Uno momento. Okay. I don't know where my soldering iron is. And I think I'm gonna need it. Let me get this out and we'll find out if I need it or not. Worst case scenario, I need some sort of box to rest it on. I highly recommend, if you are going to be repairing pinball machines, to buy a full set of these hex drivers. It makes your life way easier. Then you don't have to get a socket wrench, and you don't have to have the socket wrench be an extension, which is what I would need for this. This I can just go right in there and get it out. Da, 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 da. Huh. Oh, where did my soldering iron go? Well, let's see. That can be disconnected with a Molex. You know what? I think if I disconnect this Molex, they're all connected to it. So I think we're good. Oh, wait. That's the wrong one. Need this one. we've got 2 more screws. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them. Yeah, maybe I can. Okay, I can. I don't know if those are the same size or not, so I am going to not worry about that. Yep, it's just a Molex connector. That's great. Okay. So they learned from their previous design and went, you know what? Instead of soldering all those in, let's just use a Molex connector. Thank God. Alright. Oh, so much easier than Black Pyramid. Okay, so here is my drop target design plus the 4 targets that are behind the drop target. So, now is the fun part. First, I need to get these E-rings off right here. So there's one for each one. And even though these drop targets work, they're not the right kind. They don't say ace, queen, king, jack. So I've got the right ones. So as much as this is going to suck, we're going to replace all of these. And they work still, so that's kind of like a bummer because, well, it's not a bummer. I'm glad they work because then when I put the new ones in, it should be even easier. But man, I hate replacing these. Okay. How about for now, I put the playfield back down, and then I got a surface area to work on. I like that idea. Take that. Man, there's just a few things that they really thought about. Like, oh, I need a place to put the ball when I don't want it in here. Well, guess what? You can put it right there. Let me put a blanket down. Man, this is going to be such a fun game to have once it's fully working. I mean, it's already fun to have, but once this thing's fully working, I'm going to be really proud of this game. Okay. Drop targets. Let's see what the best tool is to get that E-ring out. Ideally, it would be some sort of like needle nose plier or something. Probably a small flathead screwdriver here. That'll work. You know what? I'm going to get you guys a second camera angle. Hold on. We're going to adjust this. So, give me a second. Back glass and other pins. So, we're going to do that. That'll be the wide angle, and then, sorry, we're going to do it the other way. This will be the close-up angle. And this will be the wide angle. close-up shot of what I'm doing. In case if anybody ever wants to know what it's like working on a Bally 6803 system. I'll do my best to give you a good angle here. We're just going to get rid of this MN Retro Gamer logo for now. As much as it's a good thing to keep around. Hey Slinger, nostril cam, right? All right, so here's the device, right? Molex connector. All I got to do is get in here, take the E-ring off. Hopefully don't lose it. Ow. Okay, we got it. Not fun. So the good news is I don't have to take both E-rings off of each one. All you have to do is take off one side and the other side stays on there. So, and I'm just going to put them in a row here. So that's going to be number 1. And now this, oh, I got to take the spring off. I think this just comes straight out. Oh no, there's a lever first. Okay, so a little close up here. There is a lever here holding it in place. So if I pull that up, it's still holding it in place, right? So I think I just have to, what do I have to do? I don't want to break this. Let's see. I see. Okay. How do I get that off? Oh, I have to take the back plate off. That's right. That's where it really sucks, because there's all of this extra stuff. Yeah, that's what I have to do with Black Pyramid also. And actually, I'm just realizing there are 2 screws missing here. It'd be interesting to look through this bag and see if any of those screws are in here. Also, hey, thanks for the really old rubbers that are not helpful at all, and old battery that came with the machine. These are like crusty and hard. We're going to dump all those out right now. It's going to be a boring day today, but we can just talk and hang out. Sounds good to me. Alright, all of those are thrown away. We don't need them. We don't need these broken ones. We don't need this broken drop target. Goodbye. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, okay, this is for a connector. It's a connector piece. We got some extra bulbs, which we will need. Some 555s. There are definitely quite a few bulbs out on this guy right now. We got our manual. We have some extra papers, which is cool. And then what do we have in here? Are these screws that might be needed? Well, there are screws, but none of these are the hex style. Oh, we got one. Okay, that'll work. Put that in. We got 2. Yep, we got a second one. Hey, look at that. We were missing 2, and now we have 2. It is weird how much pinball machines can still fully operate with just a few screws. A few screws loose, as they might say. Also, this plastic came with it, and this is definitely not for uh, not for Lady Luck. Um, it's broken. No idea what this might be for. We got this other part of the drop target that's broken. We can throw that away. Goodbye. Let's see if these screws fit in right here. Maybe. Yeah, I think that does. I think that does. Did I leave that tool inside here? I did. Alright, let's see if this... Okay, that will fit. And then this one probably will too. These are not... They don't have the black ends like these do, but they will still do the job, I believe. Either way, I gotta take them out, because here's the deal. You're not able to... This is what I hate about drop targets, is you cannot get this off without... Well, hold on. I might be able to just take this E-ring off instead, but I gotta be really careful to not lose this E-ring. I'm gonna try that. I think that will do it. So instead of taking this whole back panel off, which is what I had to do on Black Pyramid, I might be able to... There is an E-ring right here that is holding this rod in place, and that's what all of the springs attach to, which I have all the springs still, and they look like they're still good. So I'm going to try and remove this E-ring, and then I think that's going to allow me to... Sorry, I just realized I dropped that camera. Or I covered it up. I didn't drop it. That's going to allow me to get... Just don't bend it. That would also not be good. Okay, it's starting to come off. Okay. Alright. Very carefully put that E-ring in a good spot. We're going to slide this whole thing out. That's going to disconnect all of the springs. Okay. Here is... okay, so that is 1. And then 2, 3, 4. So the question is, now that that rod is gone, can I get this high enough up or not to get... okay, I have to take this other rod off. That's alright. I think that in the long run is going to be easier. Okay. So there's another rod right here that these metal pieces... Hey, Chicago Bob. These metal pieces here, they get stopped. Well, sorry, that rod that I took out is what the springs attach to. But then if I take this rod out right here, then I can get all of these metal pieces off, and then I don't have to take the whole back panel off, which I think is a much... It's still rather involved, but I think it's much less involved than taking the whole back panel off. So, thank you for being here for the tech day. That is what today is going to be. We're going to try this instead, this flathead screwdriver. There we go. Okay. E-ring is off. Now this whole rod can slide out. Oh wait, hold on, before I do that. Okay, so it goes through each one. Got it. So each one of these has a hole. Probably hard to see from your end. But it goes through each one, goes through that, and then it goes into there. Like that, and then you do the E-ring. Got it. Okay. And of course that piece wants to be plastic and break, potentially, and hopefully it won't. Alright, let's get this rod out of here for now. Shoot. Please don't break. I don't have to buy another piece. Buying 40-year-old pinball machines. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is what you get for buying 40-year-old pinball machines. Okay. I already had the rod out. Why did I? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I need to shimmy it over. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get this rod out. Okay, now, yes, we can take these pieces out. Oh, okay, got it. So that's how it works. That goes through there, and then it holds like that. That's how that works. So, I will say this is a little bit easier than, a little, oh shoot, each one of these, that's right. Okay, now I have to take the E-ring off on this one. God, this sucks. Okay, these are not actually that easy. Yeah, I've had some much easier drop targets. Gottlieb's drop targets are pretty awesome, and they seem to be consistently work. People do complain about Bally drop targets. Why I keep buying Bally machines? Yeah, probably because they're affordable. I like them too, a lot. Black Pyramid is my favorite game. Okay, so here's what we gotta do. Fun. This is so fun. Okay, basically I just gotta put all 4 parts properly in their right place. I don't care if this breaks, because this is an old drop target. Okay, that's 2. And now that part comes out. So that's the second drop target. And now we push this through. Okay. And I guess I can put that in the order here. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 of them. Good lord. Okay. I guess these are backups if I really need them, but honestly I'd rather just buy the proper ones that say ace, king, queen, whatever. But I guess worst case scenario, if I'm waiting, if I have this on location, and if I'm waiting for something to arrive in the mail, I could bust this open if a target breaks, and so you definitely should keep those other targets around. Because the plan is to put this at the American Legion if they'll let me put more there. Okay, we got to get the spring off. I'll read your comment here in a second, Bob. see. There we go. It just twists off. So 3. Okay, we got to get the E-ring here off. I'm not sure if this shot is really helping you guys or not. How else is everybody else doing, though? We got 5 people here on Twitch hanging out. I see Slinger and Bob are talking. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad angle. So, E-ring. Take that off. It is nice that I don't have to take it off of both sides. I will say that. Love them and hate them. E-rings are a wonderful thing. Really stay in place. But also can be not really fun to work with. But putting things in order like this really, really helps. I'll probably be done with this in the next, hopefully, 20 minutes. All right. That's another drop target. Here's our broken one. So we're going to get this E-ring off of the broken one. Honestly, I think putting E-rings back on are harder than taking them off. That's where it's going to take a lot more time, probably. Oh, almost got it off. It's so close. There we go. Okay. That is the 4th one. We take this part and we put it there. We take this part and we put it there. And what did you say? The people who invented this tech had a lot of gall, giving us like 10 points for every hit. Yeah. I mean, they probably never thought that much about these things breaking, you know, because it's been 40 years, right? So, hey, how you doing, casuals? And sign out. Never discard any fully functional. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If it's still functional, keep it around. Although, I am starting to think when it comes to important parts like drop targets, rubbers, always have, if it's on location, I'm going to always have a set of rubbers, a set of flipper rebuild kits, which is actually, I have a Bally one for a hard body, and then I have a Williams one that I'm putting in police force. I need to get a Sega one. But then yeah, have a full set of rubbers, have a full set of drop targets, have a full set of what was the other thing that I just said? Rubbers, drop targets. I don't know what else I don't know what the other one was. But have a full set of those for sure. That way, if and when something breaks, you do not have to worry about waiting, you know, a week for your parts to show up. That's no fun. Nobody wants to do that. So, yeah. Highly recommend if you are routing stuff, which is what I'm getting this machine ready for. Because the American Legion is already talking about putting 2 more machines there. If you are new to this stream, I do route pinball machines. 2 of them are at the American Legion, just down the road. Uh-oh, where did that E-ring go? Here it is. That's why you also put this blanket down, because nothing's going to bounce around anywhere. You're going to catch it, and you're good to go. I still got to take this spring off, though, but maybe I can get it through. Oh, it's already off. Yeah. Was there another thing? Rubbers, drop targets. I mean, extra bulbs obviously are always good to keep around, but that's not like gonna end the game from working. But obviously if you want people to like going and playing your games, you're gonna want it to be fully working. So yeah, I just recommend if you're gonna have it on route, have a extra set of rubbers, an extra set of targets, an extra set, I guess, of bulbs. Did we miss anything else? Anyway, we're fully disassembled now. As you can see here, I have the whole row of parts. And if I remember correctly, looking at the photos, it is, oh, look at how clean and nice these are. I think it is King, Queen, Jack, Ace 10. Can anyone else confirm to me? Oh, fuses, yes. Absolutely. Always have an extra set of fuses around. Can everyone else look up Lady Luck and see if you see any other order for... See, there's one order that's Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. But that's the virtual pinball version. A lot of these are King... Let's see. Oh, this one also. Okay, this one... You know what? This is the original game art print photo card. And this says Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. So I think that's, I mean, I guess Ace could be low or high, but why Ace, Queen, King, or King, Queen, Jack? I guess, okay, Ace is the highest, and then it goes to lowest. Got it. Okay. And that's the original promo. And that's also what it shows. No, this says 10 Ace, Jack, Queen, King. Weird. Okay. But that's also just them in a row. They just took a photo of it. But yeah, this is the official promo. God, these images are... poster. Let's look up a poster. High to low, left to right. Yep, that's what I was thinking. So Ace being high, Ace is high. Let's see. That one doesn't show. Of course, there's another Williams Lady Luck from the EM era. And Gottlieb. Gottlieb also did one. Yep, Ace, King, Queen, Jack, 10. That's what we're doing. Okay, so first and foremost, you do it sideways, and then you twist it in there like that. So if I remember correctly, this goes, yeah, in like this. And then that's what goes through here, and that's what flips the actual switch to show that it is doing it properly. So that goes, nope, that one goes in this one. No, that one does not go in that one. That one goes in that one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on. I just realized something. Okay, that needs to go in there first. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Okay. So, that goes there. I think... Oh, we got to get all these in there first, and then we can put the rod in. Because the rod... is supposed to prevent this thing from moving anymore. So, that goes in there like that. I'm not going to worry about those parts yet. That goes in there like that. Okay, good. We're just starting the process of getting this thing... Oh wait, no, I gotta do one more part here. I gotta get this... Oh wait, that fell out. Because this whole thing is what pushes this back up. I see. Okay, so this needs to be flat. And then this rod will go through here. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. This rod will go through here into there, and that's what lifts all of these drop targets. Got it. Okay. So right now, okay, that's right. That's right. Okay. So right now I just need to get all of the targets at least in there. First and foremost. But manual confirms ace to 10. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, oh, this one fell out. Gotta get these all in their right spots, but they're not fully ready. Okay. Anybody watching any good movies? Any good TV shows right now? I fell asleep last night to this weird movie about billionaires trying to take over the world. It's got Steve Carell in it. It was a movie. Okay. Okay, great. Those are all in. Now we run. Oh, that went too far. Way too far. Way too far. Way too far. Go back. Don't be like that. Don't bend like that. Thank you. Okay, now, carefully, I have to run this through each one of these holes. That goes with that. Let me make sure I have all the parts here still. 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This must go on the other end of this. Yeah. That goes on the other end of that. Okay, that's fine. 4, 5. Okay, thank you for your patience. Okay, number 3. No, sorry, number 2. Number 3, maybe? Number 3. You know, I've never swapped stern drop targets. I'd be interested to see how easy or hard those are. 3. No, number 4. Okay. And the last one. And then it goes through here. And then somehow this whole thing well, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta rotate this whole thing. I see. My apologies. White Lotus Season 2. Okay. I finished Season 3. Sure that wasn't just the evening news, right? I think it was a satire for what's actually happening in this world right now. Got it. Okay, so this, I think, God, what are have I gotten myself into? I'll be able to fix this, but I just should have taken a little bit more time with this one because I forgot that part. I've said it before, but working on pinball is like being a mini mechanic almost. So I think nope, that needs to be, well, that needs to line up with that, so that seems right, but that also seems wrong. But no, that is right, because then the other one goes through there. Ah, man, I had it right the whole time. See, now the next time I need to do one of these, I'll know more of what I'm doing. Right? God. All the Bally people who know how to work on these things are just probably laughing so hard. I'm becoming a Bally person. I currently own 3 Bally machines. And possibly 4 soon. But I am learning about the systems. So the video that I watched last night actually had, or no, it wasn't last night. It was sometime 2 nights ago. They had a whole like video about 6803 and working on 6803 pinball machines and you know what you need to kind of know. And then they talked about the previous machines before that, and they either end with a 17, I believe, or a 35, and I think that has something to do with how many lamps can be driven, I believe, like the number. And I know I mentioned this yesterday on stream, but it's pretty interesting what they did with the 6803. There is 2 different lamp drivers, or not drivers, paths, I guess you could say, an A and a B. So they could theoretically double the amount of lamps lit by alternating A and B quickly. And I guess to the naked eye, it's almost impossible to see. So they didn't double the power at all. They just basically doubled the opportunity for where they're going to send their power quickly. And yeah, it was pretty smart for its time, right? I don't know. Obviously now we've got LEDs and a lot of other way more advanced opportunities in pinball. But it's cool to see where this stuff has come from. It's cool to see how they used to do things with the technology that they had at the time. And it is very cool to see that we've come a long way. Because this is not fun to work on. Because here's the thing. You have to have all of these lined up in here, right? But then they also have to line up behind it. So if one of them gets off, they all kind of get off, which sucks. So basically, I'm just trying to get it all nice and lined up so that I can. Oh God, that sucks. Oh, I see. This needs to go in here first into this coil. That's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, that's gonna help guide it. See, now I have to pull it all back out again. This is going to be my whole stream, I can tell you that. Yeah, LEDs, you got to get non-ghosting LEDs, and then you should be fine. So Black Pyramid and that system that ends with a 35 It's like A blah 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 dash 35. If you look up Black Pyramid on Pinside, it'll show you exactly what the system is. So that's the system in my understanding, the system before 6803. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but this, which is what is fired by the coil, this needs to go in here first, and I didn't have that in there. And it just sits in there, which is fine as long as you've got all of these in place where they need to be, right? So now, see, that fell out, and that was my problem. So now I go in here, but it is not easy to do, I'll tell you that much. It is. Bally targets, I recommend never working on them. They're not very fun, I'll tell you that. But I force myself to do them by streaming and going, you know what? We might not have any pinball today being played, but this is going to force me to get this done so that when that Weebly board comes in, I am already rocking with new drop targets, and new rubbers. So fingers crossed we get this Weebly board. It's got the program already in it for Lady Luck, which is another thing I learned, which I mentioned yesterday on stream. But if you didn't know this, hey Dr. Dubes, how you doing? If you didn't know this, 6803 boards, the MPU, if the battery dies, the ROM chip gets corrupted and it will do weird things at random times when you're trying to play the game. So this game, for instance, was dead, and it would start a game, but it wouldn't have any music. And then all of a sudden, like, the music came back, and it was fine. And actually, Hardbody did the same thing before I accidentally fried a transistor by doing the wrong thing with that thing. So, it really is a big difference buying this updated board because it has an NVRAM, so we don't have to worry about batteries being replaced. See, here's the fun thing now. This piece of plastic here, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of out of its ring. So now I have to push that back in. But yeah, it has an NVRAM, so I'm not going to have to worry about replacing batteries anymore. At least, man, is there like a lifespan for NVRAM, or are they like practically they will last forever? Oh, and that fell off now. Okay, so I can put that back on. And that is supposed to, see, this is what sucks. So this plastic piece that fell off, technically I don't need it. It'll still work, but it does help protect everything. But I don't know how I'm going to get it back in this hole here. Anyway, NVRAM, not forever, but hundreds of thousands of writes. Awesome. Love it. Okay, cool. So NVRAM, that's going to last a lot longer. I don't, the board is already programmed. All I have to do is swap the dip switch. So theoretically that, and then that connector that I'm going to be replacing, which I have no idea how to do yet, but I'm going to be learning how to do that. I have never replaced a connector on anything, ever, I think, in my life. Not even just arcades or pinball, but like any sort of electronic connector. Even just a standard 3-prong outlet, which I'm sure that's, oh, you know what? No, I have replaced one that had a 220, and I am still alive, as much as you've seen me with electricity. I'm still alive. So, But I'm sure it is very doable. I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube clips out there on how to do it. Oh, come on, piece of plastic, please. This really is annoying. I'm so close here. I am so close. But this stupid, here, I'll get this close for you. So that, right there, you see that? That piece of plastic is out of its ring right now, and I have to push it back in. But I bet I probably have to do that before I get the rod in there. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do, which would really suck. Although the rod helps keep it, you know, I bet I could probably compress it with this needle nose plier. 8-bit micro. It started on your first automotive project. Integrated on die. Flash was new, BC, and was rated for thousands of writes. Got it. Okay. So when you say multiple writes, you mean like every time it saves a new game? Is that what you mean by a new write? Like if someone gets a higher score, it's writing new information for that high score? Is that what you mean when you say that? Or what do you mean? Sorry, everyone's probably looking at the back of my head. Oh, I'm so close on this. I'm so close on getting this one in. Come on, buddy. Oh, we're almost there. Come on. Yes. Woo! It's in. It's in. Hell yeah. Okay. I thought that was going to be a lot harder than it actually was. Now I just have to be careful to not pop it out. Okay, E-rings going back in. These are way harder. But actually what you want to do is get your needle nose plier right on the end here. And actually this shouldn't be too hard if I press straight on it. Nope. Nope. Ideally, I have a pliers somewhere that's actually not a needle nose, but it's one of those flat. It's like it's wider and it's flat, and it works better than a needle nose. God. Okay. Somebody go post this to the Bally Pinball owners Facebook group. See if we can get any Bally people on helping, giving me any advice. Oh, I almost got it on. All right, I'm just gonna push it straight on here. Has any? Oh, it's on. Great. All right, that was not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, now I can put all of these pieces in. Now remember, one side already has its E-ring, so here I could pull this up to get it out of the way. So it's just going to be a lot of E-rings, which is that's gonna suck again, right? I have to do that still 5 more times. Oh, I'm getting a call. Hold on, everybody. Hype? What's the hype? Hold on, everybody. Hello? Yeah, what's up? How are you?
I'm fine. Hey, I'm calling to make sure. I know it made such a big deal out of it. I won tickets to a Twins game.
Yeah, we're gonna drop the boys off, I think. It's the last I heard.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. I told Laurel, didn't I? Because I know I told Heather. I know I told Julian.
Yeah.
I know I told Ivy. And I thought I told Laurel.
Yeah, no, we know about it, and we decided we're just gonna drop them off.
At the game?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know much about the seating. Heather said that, I might
Oh, I'm sure we can get some accommodation for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But good, good. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. The game starts at 1:30, I guess. I can't remember exactly our seats, but they sound like really good ones. And so I thought maybe we should be there. I'm always late, Andrew. So if we're there, if I say by 1 o'clock, we should be. So I don't have to kind of go in between people. If they're already sitting down.
Well, I'm thinking that they're probably going to be able to get you some sort of spot where they can just roll you straight there. So I don't need to. I don't think you need to worry about it.
Okay. I hope
Yeah.
so because we have 6 tickets. And they're all
Oh, fun.
together. Yeah. Well, I won 4, and then I wanted George to come. He was going to get one for his birthday, and then Tristan should come too. I hope she's
Sure.
going to come.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
I just want to make sure. How are you
Yeah.
doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm just working on a pinball machine right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm on stream helping talk to people, and they're helping giving me insights into what I need to do to fix it.
What's it not doing, or what's it doing?
Oh, I just need to replace some drop targets.
Oh,
So yeah, it's just they broke. So just replacing the drop targets, you know.
where do you get something like that that's original?
There's an aftermarket company that will do all the work for me. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be something interesting to maybe if somebody could get into if they're artistic. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for answering.
Yeah,
I'm
of
talking to
course.
Laurel. Tell her.
Yeah, she's probably busy with work.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I didn't want to let it break so much, but I just want to make sure I touch base with
Yeah,
you.
of course. We'll keep talking, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. The mother-in-law. She claimed that she's my favorite mother-in-law. I think she's right. Okay, yeah, my mother-in-law's taken my kids to a Minnesota Twins game. All right, first one's on. Not bad. Let me just make sure it's on there solid. Nope, it is not. I got to put a little bit more pressure. See, this is the thing. I love earrings because they don't come off, but I also hate earrings because they don't come on. But they just need a little bit of pressure. Okay, let's catch up on chat here. Luckily, we'd only store data at shutdown, and we'd cycle through the memory, not to wear one spot out too quickly. RAM usually wouldn't have the limit. 100 trillion read writes. I'll probably be dead before then. Yeah, the tech is just so much better now, and it's kind of like if you're like one of those diehard like, nah, it's got to be the original boards and all that stuff. I'm just like, you know what? Cool, have fun. I can understand that with CRT monitors, although I am quickly becoming a, you know what? I'm fine with LCD screens because the reality is CRT monitors are not made anymore. And we're, every year losing more and more of that technology because they are dying. So the reality is, if you want to be an arcade operator of old machines, unless if you can find some new old stock. Man, that's still... Oh no, that is on all the way. Okay, good. Yeah, unless if you can find some new old stock, CRT monitors, good luck. I highly recommend being okay with going with LCD. And actually, they make some LCDs now that have some adjustments you can make to the monitor. They make them in 4x3, which is one really important thing to me. 4x3 monitors for some of these old arcades are just, that is like a must to me. It is weird to play like a Cruisin' World with an LCD monitor that's in 16:9. It's all stretched out and it just doesn't make sense. Okay. Let's get this one on. Pressure fit it. Nope. Nope. Ah. You love baseball. That's awesome. Work under underhood temperatures, which made things less reliable. Target Field is a great place. You've been to Target Field? Yes, on a summer day, man. It's a great place to be. Open stadium, all that. Yeah, if you're operating, okay, ads starting soon. Remember, you don't have to be doing ads if you use your Amazon Prime account or sub. You can sub for free with your Amazon Prime account. And apparently you can do it on your phone now. At least Jason said that he was able to. Yeah, if you're a home collector, go CRT all day, right? But if you're leaving the machine on for 8 to 10 hours a day, which is what I'm doing right now, like Torg Brewery, all my arcades there, they're CRTs. But whenever they die, I'm probably just going to swap them over to LCDs, as much as I hate to say it. Or I will bring them home. I will swap them over to another CRT, and they'll just be home pieces. Because, yeah, at home, you're probably going to have it at max for a day. 3-4 hours if you're having a party, you know? At least with the app. I don't know what you mean by that. It costs more on the phone. Oh! Does it? Well, no, it doesn't cost anything because you're using Amazon Prime. Well, that's if you have Amazon Prime. Yep. You can use your Amazon Prime account and get a free month subscription. I'll mention that again in a minute after these ads. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. Almost done. There we go. Okay, we got 2 in. This really isn't bad. It's just tedious. That's why we do it on stream. We hang out and talk. It cut me off. Okay. Box. You sell these machines? No, I don't. I buy them and then I fix them and then I put them on location or I keep them in my collection. This one would be really hard for me to sell because only 500 of them were made and it's really hard to come by. I will say I probably spent a little bit too much on this one for the restoration needs that it has. All right, we got 3 done. Yeah, for the restoration needs that it has, I think I spent too much on it. But that's the thing about buying a machine from an auction is you don't 100% know what you're getting yourself into unless if you drive there and take a look at it. And even if you do that, you might still not know everything because a lot of these auctions don't let you open up the back box and stuff like that. Although these people were super nice. Very, very accommodating. I also feel like it was worth it though because I got this cart to the right of me. You can kind of see here. So that's a pinball cart. Those go for like $500 and I got it for $100. So that was a $400 cheaper investment, which I need pinball carts because I route machines and having a pinball cart really, really helps with getting machines where you need to go, especially if the American Legion gives me more space, because they said, hey, we'll give you the space, but if we need that space back at any given moment, we'll give you a call and you'll have to come over and move them to a different location. Or they even mentioned their garage, which I was like, oh, wow, you guys have a garage. That is fantastic. So, the long-term plan is they'll let me put 4 machines out, and then maybe I could put a few in their garage, and then I can rotate them easily with this. And then if there are tournaments, I can bring them all out for the tournament. So that's the long-term plan, hopefully. Right now, I probably make about $180 a month, although it's increasing more than that. The first month with just one machine, I did $120, which I took home 90 of that. And then the second month, actually, sorry, it was only 2 weeks with 2 machines. Within 2 weeks, I did the same amount. So if it keeps going that way, we're projected to double the amount that I'm making. So my long-term goal, which is why I buy these cheaper machines, fix them up, and put them on location, is because I can't afford right now to buy $6,000-$7,000 machines. So I buy them for anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, unless if I get really lucky and it's like, you know, Black Pyramid I got for $350, which is a really great deal. I will, yeah, fix them up, get them working, put them on location, and my long-term goal is to be making $1,000 a month just on pinball coin drop. So that's probably 5 or so years down the road. But I mean, right now I'm projected to do about $180 a month with the 2 machines. And that's 50 cents a game. So if I get Foo Fighters there, which I'm contemplating doing, that's huge. Okay, these springs suck. I hate doing this part. I gotta get the spring onto this part right here, and then after I do that, I gotta get it onto the rod, which I'll be putting in. Sorry. So yeah, I'm at $180 a month, give or take. But I decided to, instead of let it keep going for a full month into half of June, which is when I put police force on halfway through the month, I decided, you know what, let's just count it all out. Let's count out all the money. And now all I have to do is just count it every month at the beginning of the month. It's a lot easier for my schedule to know. Oops, I'm sorry. For my schedule to know what to do. So, yeah, I mean this whole thing is kind of, you know, it originally just started with, hey, I'm just gonna buy pinball machines and stream them on location, or stream them at my home, and then being the person that I am, it really evolved into a lot more with putting machines on location and finding more machines, and part of it was not having space here, so I had to put them on location, and then now I'm learning how to fix them because I'm forcing myself into a new hobby, basically. 50 cents per credit. Although Jurassic Park, The Lost World, has a super saver, so if you put in $1, you'll get 3 credits. So yeah, I mean, really good, right? Because here's the thing. In my town here, I'm literally the only one really providing pinball for the community. There is one pinball machine on location at a barber shop, but half the time it's not working. They don't really take care of it, and it's Playboy, which I'm not really interested in that theme. But they are interested in selling it, but I would probably buy it just as trade bait. There's a lot of families that come through the American Legion, and I don't think that they would be too keen on Playboy themed pinball machine. So, okay, that one's on, which is fine with me. Alright, that one's already, let's see, can I wind it one time here to make it, I would say maybe keeping extra springs around would also potentially be a wise idea in routing pinball machines. But yeah, that's another reason why I'm buying the updated boards. Is the reliability is a lot better on the updated MPU board. So I just think all around, let's do this right. If I'm gonna do this, and if I'm gonna put these on location and share them with the world, and have other people help fund this hobby in a sense, because in all reality, yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I want to provide a high quality product, so that actually is forcing me into going, okay, I bought a color DMD for Jurassic Park: The Lost World because some of the graphics are corrupted at times on the current DMD. And same thing, you get new display chips when you get a color DMD, and the color DMD is probably just going to be more attractive to people, even though I am rather nostalgic about the orange DMD because that's my era of childhood. Everyone drop in the comments what their favorite era is and whether they like colored DMD or if they're like, you know what, no, I like to keep it original. That's something where like I can totally get, hey, you want to keep it original. Hey, we are almost done here. I took this whole thing apart and now putting it back together and literally about to have the whole thing up and running again. Although I can't test it sadly because the power, when I turn this thing on, it starts smoking because the old MPU board is full of battery acid and I think the traces are ruined. Another reason why, of course, I buy the updated MPU board. So you got to be really careful with these thin E-rings. You don't want to bend them, right? This one kind of, to be honest, is already a little bent. Come on. Don't be like that. Okay. Where did that? Oh, it fell. I can't tell you enough how putting a blanket down. I hear Playboy is a great game. I'm not saying anything against the game. It's just more, American Legion is got a lot of families that come in, and I don't really want anybody complaining about, oh my god, I can't believe that they allowed a Playboy pinball machine. Because the women kind of like moan and, just, it's a little weird. At least the Data East one. I don't know about the Bally one, but that's the Data East 35th edition or anniversary, whatever. But I do hear it's a fun game. I don't know who designed it. I gotta look that up, I guess. Okay, little stupid E-ring. Let's go. Ah, I got it. Okay. Now, the last thing I gotta do is just put these. You gotta hook them on this right here. It provides tension. And we all know we need tension in pinball for it to be exciting. Alright, that was a stupid thing to say. Alright. Guys, thanks for hanging with me. Appreciate that. Actual DMD version is better than the LCD version. Yes, I agree. I got an actual DMD. I'm not a big fan of the LCD, whatever, that kind of... I know that there's a thing in there that you can make it, I think, look and feel more like a DMD, but I like actual like dot matrix. Like if it was designed to be that way, that's kind of where like that's my opinion of like so my history is definitely in retro video gaming. And that's where I'm kind of a diehard when it comes to monitors, right? I have I have PVM, like professional video monitors, for all of this. So here we go, guys. We're done. So wait, are we done? Yeah, we're done. Yeah, look at that. Pops up, right? That goes down, that goes down, that goes down, that goes down, that goes down. We need to reset. Boop. We did it! Alright, that's great. Now I gotta put it back in. We will save these old drop targets. Oh yeah, so I was finishing. When I play retro video games, I can definitely tell, especially if I'm trying to speed run, because I used to speed run Super Mario Brothers 3. I wasn't like awesome at it. I think the fastest I beat that game was like 15 minutes. So I used to speed run that, and I would play it on a real CRT PVM, and then I would play it on an LCD or LED TV. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't do this. This is not playing the same. And I know most people are just like, whatever, that's a bunch of bullcrap. But that's how I felt. Thank God they decided to do a Molex connector for this thing. That is wonderful that they did that. So, boop. That's pretty clever, right? It works. All right. So, let's get some screws ready here. Oh, you know what? One thing I need to do is on the back of this. Remember I found those 2 screws? I need to tighten these. Always tighten all your screws if you get the chance. That's the other thing about pinball is like it's not just gaming as if like, you know, you had PS4, PS5, whatever. But there's a physical, tactile part of the game that is very important, and you need to have the skills to be able to ensure that it will work properly. All right. Well, I'm feeling good about myself here. Got one big thing done. Let me, I wish I could test it right now, but I cannot. I can't turn this thing on until we get that new MPU board. Shoot. That's the only thing, is this thing is not magnetic. I could probably magnetize it real quick. So, little key, a little trick, I guess you could say. So every speaker has a magnet in it, right? Yeah, every speaker has a magnet in it, and you can partially magnetize something for a short amount of time if you leave it on that strong magnet long enough. So that's really what I'm trying to do now, is I'm just going to leave that for a second, let it magnetize, so that when I need to screw it in, it's good to go. Let's see, let's catch up on chat. 3-munch option grays out the prime slider, right? Yeah, you could always do that. You could just unmute YouTube for the time being. It seems like Twitch is always ahead, I believe. Bidding against people who wouldn't know there is a problem. Exactly. Right. So originally I was at like 950 bucks or something like that, and then somebody kept shooting it up. Kind of annoying. Yeah, if I want them earning, I'm not going to put any in the garage. But I'm always going to need one in the garage, I think, because there are definitely times where even though the American Legion is just down the road, um, it is closed at sometimes 11 o'clock, and I still want to play pinball. So I think I need one at home. Yeah, man, impressive what you can do in 20 minutes. You mean like an hour and 20 minutes? I just realized it's 1:30 and I have to go. I will get this screwed back in, and then we'll head out. Thank you guys for hanging with me on this. It makes it a lot better to do this with other people. I'm not a big fan of just working by myself, to be honest with you. I always like to have someone else, whether it's virtually or physically with me, helping me. Okay, that did not magnetize at all. This is going to be fun. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do the easier ones first, which are the four corners, and then I'm going to do the middle ones. So we'll do this top one here. Okay. Got it. Now, I would recommend not screwing it in all the way so that you leave a little bit of wiggle room for the other hex screws that you need to get in. Yeah, Loctite's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Oh, why I use this bag to hold these screws, I don't know. But at least I know exactly where they are. Okay, let's try the second one here. Okay. Remember when I was like, yeah, it'll probably only take me 20 more minutes to finish the rest of this. I bet my wife is lurking in the background being like, Andrew, every time you say that it's going to take 20 minutes and it takes an extra hour. And she's not wrong. And I love her. Okay. Whew. Okay. She's back there rolling her eyes. Oh, my wife is so happy that I have this hobby. But there are times for sure where I can get time blindness, and I admit that. Oh, 2 more screws and we're done, everybody. One more. Nope. Man, I do love how clean the inside of this cabinet is. Alright, we're going to reconnect the Molex. We're done. Alright, let's give it a test, not with the power on. I'm not going to have time to swap the rubbers today, but we could do that tomorrow on stream. And that, ideally, will not take so long. All right, so drop targets are down. I'm going to reach in here, pop them up. Boom! And then we go boom, boom. And they're down. I just realized that this fell off. Alright, I gotta look for that rubber piece somewhere. There's just a rubber piece that goes on top of this thing to hold it down. But hey, it works! We did it! Where's our applause? Hold on. I forget which one it is. Ah! Thank you. Thank you. Wait, we need more of an applause than that. Oh God, I'm sorry. We did it! Alright, that's the next step towards the full restoration of Lady Luck, everybody. And the crowd goes mild. Thanks for hanging out. I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna be working extra half an hour today because of this and my mistake. Ooh, that's a sound. Alright. Not even have time to spend playing any pinball right now. Thank you all for hanging out for today's lunch break pinball stream. I know it was a mild one. We didn't play any games. But hey, we did something very important in pinball owning. And that is buckling up, getting those pieces replaced tomorrow. All the rubbers, I'm going to replace those. And hopefully that Weebly board's going to come within a week. And we are very, very close to hopefully having another fully working pinball machine either here or on location. Because the coin drop works already. I don't have to rewire anything on that. That all works. So, I feel good about today. I feel good about getting that done. If you want to learn more about pinball repair, or if you would like to teach me anything, because I am in quite a journey of trying to learn how to get better at repairing pinball machines and getting these things out on location for you pinball lovers to be able to enjoy, You can send me an email at mnretrogamer@gmail.com. mnretrogamer@gmail.com. You can also just email me and say something funny. I don't care. But thank you guys so much for the support. We got 9 people here. We are going to raid because an ad is about to start. So, if you have not subscribed, you can do that with your Amazon Prime account for free. YouTube, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for